Stand up.
Get the hips up higher, fellas. Stop letting sag to the ground.
Hey, if I see you do that one more time, we'll all start over.
Hey, come on, yo.
Get your butt down. Let's go. I mean, that's Luis. Awesome. Get that butt down.
Black line.
Get your roll. Get your butt down.
Black line.
Finish, fellas, finish. Let's go. Bring it home. Good work. Finish. Finish all the way through.
Down, quick! Up!
Don't give up. Finish. Finish.
Let's go.
Don't cheat your teammates.
Sit up, stand up, jump. Knees to your chest. Give you some space so you guys spread out.
There's room over here, guys. If you're over there.
Spread it out. Spread it out.
Terrell, come up here. S.W.A.G, come up here.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Don't let us start over because of you. Because I don't mind doing nothing but talk. Ready? Up! One, down! Up! Two, down! Up! Three, down! Up!
Hey, keep up. Keep up. Get that bitch on.
Find some space. Get to the level of place if you won't kick anybody. Down, you down. On my move, on my. When I say move, you move. Just like that. Let's go. Legs straight. 6 inches. Down.
Come on, Marvin. Stop cheating the drill.
All over. What count was that, gentlemen? I got it in your count. Hey. One. Together. Down. That's one.
That's one.
Up. Spread. Together. Down.
What about back?
Up.
Don't give up, John.
Don't cheat. Get your hands. Get them up. Get them up. Let's go. Get them up. Get them up. Let's get them up. Come on now.
Get back up. Get back up. We get the classroom open. We're in the classroom. You got 7 minutes to be in that classroom. So get break. Now let's get the classroom open.
I did a little bit what you just did.
Really, this was an element.
The whole thing is, you're a guy who I know who's right. Everything. And these are things that have, like, you obviously have to understand how those like where you are and his school and all those things. So any message you want to kind of share with them, it's always great.
Absolutely.
It's always great. So they're gonna be in the classroom probably in the next 6 minutes. And have a short.
Is the classroom open down there? Go grab some desks from that classroom. If we don't have enough. Do we have enough? Get them tight here. Get them tight here. Get them tight here.
Still a couple desks. I mean, grab them. Line them up in the lines they did work.
What time we got?
Good.
Good? Yeah. I felt like you did work today, all right? I felt like you did work. But there's still those little disciplinary things that we got to get corrected, all right? You do not sit down in the weight room. Is that understood?
Yes, Coach.
All right. So, like I said, the program S.W.A.G is to make sure that you hear from people and also that you have every tool that you need in life to be successful. So there's no excuse, all right? There's no excuse. So a guy I brought in here today is a guy who I definitely know had to work to where he is right now. And he'll share his story, but you guys heard of RG3?
Yes, Coach.
All right. So you want to know the guy who blocks for RG3? That's the guy who blocks for RG3. Okay? So when you watch the Redskins on Sundays, that's the guy who blocks for RG3 from the Colorado area, from a state where a lot of people don't think there's a bunch of athletes that come out of here, but he's one of the ones who made it. So when he shared his story, think about what you can take from him to apply to your situation, to help you become a better athlete, become better in the classroom, become a better man off the field, all right? Because I promise you he's got a great story to share with you, all right? When my speakers are up here, where are our eyes?
I'm speakers.
Make sure they own the speaker. I don't want to see you slouch around. Pay attention. Give him respect because there's 100 things he could be doing. But he's here in the building at Aurora Central for you at 10:30 in the morning. All right? Clap it up for Tyler.
Guys, thanks for having me out. Rod's a guy I respect, and I'm here today because this program that you guys are going through is something that I try to do with my life. I've been given a platform because of what I do, and because I'm an NFL player, I've got an opportunity to influence other people's lives. I've got an opportunity to make a difference that I may not have if I was just working at Verizon or wherever I was working. You may not want to hear my story, but because I play in the NFL, people do want to hear my story sometimes. So I try to honor that, and I try to take advantage of any opportunity I can to influence people's lives, because I was sitting in your desks, I was sitting in your chairs as a young kid, and I know what you're going through when you've got a dream, when you've got goals of succeeding in life, not just on sport, not just in sport, not just on the field, but in life. You want to be a successful gentleman, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why we're here today, to talk about that a little bit. Like Rod said, I'm a local kid. I grew up playing basketball games right here in this gym. I played against you guys a handful of times. I went to Cherry Creek High School, and I played every sport known to man growing up. I went from Cherry Creek to University of Colorado, where I played 5 years. I redshirted 1 year, and I'm going to tell you about that. And came back down here, played 2.5 years with the Broncos, and then I was up with the Seahawks for a couple years, and now I'm going on my 4th year with the Redskins, going into my 7th year in the NFL. So today, what I want to talk to you guys about is leadership, and a few things that go into that, and some of the life lessons that I've learned that have taken me where I am today. And what's most important to me is being a man that I can be proud of, and even more so on what I do on the football field. I want to be a man that when it's all said and done, people are saying good things about my grave. I don't want them talking about my sports career when I'm dead and gone, right? I want them talking about my life. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. I want to keep this super casual. It's going to be interactive. So I'm going to pull up this chair and sit down, and I'm going to talk to you guys, all right? So leadership is kind of the topic today. And How about some of you guys just either raise your hand or tell me, what do you guys think leadership is? What's it look like to you guys? Somebody step up. Go ahead.
I think leadership is getting like a group of like brothers, like a whole football team, and giving them like to be one.
Yeah.
To be one with each other and everybody friends, and make sure everybody's doing their job and whatnot.
Yeah. Come on. Someone else.
Stepping up to the plate when it's necessary to, when the others are slacking it.
Yeah.
Think about it and just step up to the plate.
Yeah.
Holding yourself and your teammates accountable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on, keep them coming. There's a million different things. Come on, man. Somebody.
Just doing the right thing so your teammates can follow.
Yep.
Uplift those around you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Rob, what you got?
Man, I think leadership is setting yourself apart from the pack, being different, being a lead instead of the guy that's following is the most important thing. And that's what I think leadership is.
Yeah. All right, one or two more.
Dominic, what do you think leadership is?
Someone that can lead others in a positive direction.
Good. Good. Give me one more. Someone else.
Someone who sets the example.
So that's an example. For sure. You know what we should have done is have someone write those down. But to me, what I think leadership is, I think you can boil it down to one word. I mean, if you boil it down to one thing, leadership is just influence. Influence. You're going to influence those around you. You're going to lead them one way or the other. And you're going to be led one way or the other by the people around you. We're not all called to be vocal leaders. We're not all called to be captains of the football team. We're not all called to be the all-stars of the team. So we may not be the ones that are supposed to be the vocal ones, but we're going to have an influence on somebody that's around us. So we're all leaders, right? I mean, you got influence on your brothers, on your sisters, on your mom, on your dad. You've got influence on something in your life. So we're all leaders in this room because we can influence somebody. And what I've found through the course of my life, when things are going in the right direction, when things are going in the wrong direction, is when I'm surrounding myself with people that are going to influence me in the way that I want to go. And it's as simple as that, truthfully. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, and as we come through it, you're going to notice when I've made mistakes, it's because I'm not having people influence me in the right way. When I'm moving well, when I'm going in the direction I want to go, when I'm going vertical, it's because I'm having people influence me in the way that I do want to go. And I've got good leaders around me. And I consider myself a leader, but I'm always going to surround myself, even though I feel like I'm a leader. I mean, I'm a professional athlete. I'm at the peak of my profession. There's nowhere higher I can go. So clearly I've got some leadership ability in me, and clearly I've got the ability to be a leader on my team. But at all times in my life, I'm going to surround myself with people to lead me, because I can't, there's going to be times where I need somebody where I can just say, hey man, I got a problem, and I need you to tell me where to go. So I need people to lead me. I need people in my life that can lead me and have been down that road. When I was in high school, I was 6'8", 195 pounds, and I was a sophomore in high school, and I got called up to the varsity team, said, hey, we're going to start you on the offensive line, 195 pounds. Now, you guys all know enough about football. Do you guys all football players? What sports are you guys?
All football.
All football. Everybody in here is football. How old are you guys? All over the board? All right. So you guys know enough about football that when you get to the college level, especially the NFL level, 195 pounds isn't going to cut it on the offensive line, right? I mean, you're talking about when you get to the college level, you're talking about 300-plus men, 300-pound plus men that are all just monsters of men. I was 195 pounds, soaking wet, and by no means did I ever think that I had a future in football. I never thought I was going to be playing in the NFL. My dad played at CU, so it was a dream of mine to play for the Buffaloes. But I mean, I'm 195 pounds. I'm just getting my butt whipped on the football field, and I go out there, and I'm literally, these upperclassmen are just abusing me. They're just ripping me apart. And I'm 195 pounds, thinking, man, this is not the sport for me. I need to find a new one. I'm playing football, basketball, baseball. Baseball is my first love. I wasn't cutting it there. Basketball was the next one that I was going to be like, all right, I'm I'm going to take this can be my sport, but it turns out there's not much room for a 6'8" white guy that can't jump. And so then all of a sudden God said, no, you're going to play football. And my body started to mature a little bit. And 195 pounds, I'm thinking, all right, well, if I want this thing, I'm gonna have to go for it. I'm gonna have to surround myself with people that are gonna get me there. So I started surrounding myself with, I knew a network of people that had played in college. And I started calling them up and say, hey, listen, can you start teaching me what to do here? I called up a guy, he started pouring into me over his summer break, and he was teaching me offensive line play. Pretty soon, by my junior year, I was a pretty legitimate prospect. I was walking in the direction I wanted to go athletically. I was walking in the direction I wanted to go academically, and I was walking in the direction I wanted to go spiritually. My faith is a huge part of my story, and that's something I'm going to talk to you guys about. Not necessarily trying to influence your guys' life, but understanding how you got to where you are today, and giving people the credit for where you are today. And so for me, my faith is a huge part of that. And when I think about it like that, I think about it sort of like, okay, if somebody cooks you an amazing meal, like a meal that you couldn't ever cook. My wife, who she just dropped me off, she's running some errands, but she cooks me an amazing meal. When I eat that thing, I'm like, man, honey, this thing is amazing. Like, thank you so much. I'm going to give her the credit for what she did. She made that meal, I didn't make that meal, so I'm not going to take the credit for that. But when and it's the same thing for me when I think about it spiritually, when I think about it in my life. I'm thinking, okay, God, you gave me this body, so I'm going to honor you with this body. I'm going to honor you with these abilities I've been given, because I didn't do this on my own. You gave me these abilities that I've got to refine and I've got to work hard at, but it is my duty to honor you, the person that did this for me. I've got a duty to honor you with that. So I started applying all these things into my life. And by my junior year, I started getting recruited by a bunch of college. I had gone to a lot of different schools, and everything in my life is heading the direction I wanted to go. I get to college, and all of a sudden, I'd have this network of people around me in high school that cared about me, that influenced me, that held me accountable. And I get to college, and all of a sudden, I don't have any of that. I'm an 18-year-old kid that's on my own, and I want to be an 18-year-old kid that's on my own. And all of a sudden, I decided I wasn't going to surround myself with people who had been influencing me in high school. I was going to surround myself with people who were going to hold me accountable spiritually, academically, athletically. My first semester of college, I let my grade slip. I've always been a great student, and all of a sudden my grade slipped. My first semester of college, I started doing things I wouldn't necessarily have done in high school. And I did all this because I didn't have people that were influencing me. I didn't have leaders around me that were influencing me in the direction I wanted to go. Nobody was holding me accountable because I didn't surround myself with people that were going to hold me accountable. When I was in high school, I didn't get invited to the parties. I didn't get invited to go get drunk. I didn't get invited to go smoke or do anything like that because they knew that that wasn't me. And I surrounded myself with people that weren't going to go to those things. So I didn't have those temptations. And when I got to college, those temptations were all of a sudden there. And the reason they were there is because I hadn't set a standard for myself. And so I get to college, and all of a sudden, my first semester, I'm slipping and I'm doing things I don't want to do. And all of a sudden, funny, wouldn't you know it, I'm not necessarily playing well on the football field either. I'm getting rocked, just sort of like in high school. I mean, I'm just getting abused by these upperclassmen. I remember coming home with my dad over a break, and I sit down on the porch, and I'm literally in tears. And I'm telling my dad, I'm like, I'm going to quit. I can't do this. Like, these kids, this is not the sport for me. These guys are abusing me. And I had to fight through that. My dad sat down, and he said, listen, I know what you're going through. He encouraged me to fight through it. He encouraged me to surround myself again, like I did in high school, with people that were going to help bring me through. So I surrounded myself with close friends on the football team that have been successful. Older guys that could show me the ropes. Older guys that were going to take care of me